Today's our uh, green economy. Uh, we have a seventh session, second last session of this training program, Green Economy Action Plan. So I invite Dr. Farrukh Naveed to begin his presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Uh, as you have already mentioned that we are at the verge of conclusion of this green economy session. Uh, Today's session is very important as I will try to conclude not only the discussion that we have conducted in this training program, also some new fundamentals and the practical implications of green economy will also be discussed in today's session. So today's session is very important. Okay, the topic is green economy action plans, and we will discuss the practical steps for businesses, policymakers, and individuals. Now dive into this topic, and as usual, I will present the structure of my presentation. Can you look at see my screen, Mr.
Yeah,
Amit?
yeah, Dr. Farooq,
Okay,
your screen is visible. We are seeing.
okay, okay. Just give me 1 minute, sir. Just 1 minute.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So far as the presentation structure is concerned, uh, it includes the overview of the Green Economy Action Plan, what it is all about, which things can be classified as the action plan, and how do we classify and briefly define the Green Economy Action Plan. After that, action plan for business and policymakers. And between these two slides, we will also discuss about the various stakeholders uh, in this domain, green economy, who are the potential beneficiaries and the players. We will also discuss and try to confine the role each player can play in improving the environmental condition. Then we move to the introduction to sustainable innovation. What is sustainable innovation and how do this sustainable innovation impact the transition from classic economy to a contemporary green economy? And then we look at the financial pathways for green growth and policy action to promote investments. And so, most importantly, what we as an individual can play a role in improving the environmental condition. So obviously, look at these are not the things which are available in the books. Rather, based on these fundamental and the initiative of United Nations, many countries and businesses have transformed from classical business to the green countries and businesses. So we will look at the top 5 countries investing into the green economy, and beside, we will also discuss the world's most sustainable companies in 2024. So let's dive into it. Hopefully, the session will be very informative and interesting as we will discuss some previously studied contents as well as the new contents. Okay, what we need to understand the stakeholders of the green economy. First of all, it is very important to consider the stakeholders because I already told that these stakeholders are the potential beneficiaries of a transition of a traditional economy towards a green economy. And these are the stakeholders which can put forth efforts in transforming traditional economy towards a green economy. So it is very important to look into these stakeholders briefly, and I will try to elaborate the possible role which each stakeholder can play in transforming the economy. Uh, In green economy, key stakeholders include governments, businesses, and consumers. All these are the stakeholders which uh, uh, with their efforts and spend money in the economy to generate the value. Beside, we have civil society organization like NGOs. These are also the stakeholder, academia, universities and academic institutions and communities, investors, labor unions and environmental groups. All these are the stakeholders, or we can say these are the potential beneficiaries of green economy. So, since these are the potential beneficiaries, so they also need to put efforts in transforming our traditional economy into a green economy. So this is not the role of a single community or the single element of the society or the economy. Rather, uh, this is a collective effort by the government, business, consumer, civil societies, academia, investor, labor union. All need to put efforts in transforming the economy, all playing a vital role in transitioning towards sustainable practices and resource efficiency through policy development, innovation, responsible consumption, and advocacy effort. Because transition from a classic economy to the green economy, it involves the innovation. So, academia can play a role in innovating new methods of production which are environment friendly, and communities need to be considered in adopting those practices, and the government need to subsidize those practices which are favorable from the environmental perspective, and beside, businesses need to adopt these products for production so that these products are available in the market, and all the stakeholder can be benefited. So I already told that transition or the green economy in action is not the effort of a single element of the society, rather it's a collective efforts made by all the stakeholders of the economy. That's why I have presented the various stakeholders in the economy. So in conclusion, all the stakeholders need to put forth efforts in transitioning from of a classical economy into a green economy. Next, what is Green Economy Action Plan? So, Green Economy Action Plan outlines steps to transition from traditional economic models to environmentally sustainable and inclusive growth. So let's understand this definition. A green economy action plan, it can comprise of steps forward to transition from traditional economic model, as we are experiencing the traditional economic models in which the traditional industries are there, traditional consumption pattern is there, and traditional production behavior is there, and traditional manufacturing facilities are there. So we have experienced that owing to the presence of traditional manufacturing and consumption method, we are suffering from environmental hazards. So we need to transit from traditional to green economy. So green economy action plan comprises of steps to transit from traditional to a more contemporary, latest environment sustainable growth model, and it involves a combination. How 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 do we transit from our classic to green economy? It's a combination of policy, technology, finance, and societal engagement. Again, we need to devise the policy to transit from the classical economy to the green economy. There must be a policy, and beside the policy there must be a technology that support that policy. We need to innovate new methods of production which are environment friendly, and for innovation, we need to put funds, finance. We need to put funds in developing new technology. Besides, we need to engage the society to adopt these latest methods, latest technological development, so that we can get the benefit on at the country level. So, green economy is the collective efforts of the by devising policy, by innovation, technological innovation, and putting funds, as well as the engaging the society to adopt these new practices and new products. Now, move towards the what are the practical steps for businesses and policymakers. What businesses need to do and what policymakers need to do. So we discuss in detail uh, of businesses as well as the policymaker to transit from a contemporary business from traditional business to a contemporary business. So what policymaker need to do policy, they need to devise a policy framework creating clear green policy. Everyone need to know what is green policy and which one is not a green policy and why it is important to adopt the green policy, why it is important. So there must be a policy that creating clear green policy, and beside the policymaker need to consider the tax incentives. Those who are using green practices, they must be provided green incentives so that green practices uh, 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 will be available in the society. And government also provides subsidies to projects which are favorable for from environmental perspective, and regulation to support sustainability. So, for example, if we want to adopt the renewable energy, so government need to devise a policy and give the tax incentive. If uh, somebody wants to import the solar panel, so government need to give the tax incentive. So this industry should be tax free so that the cost cannot increase. And government also provides subsidy to minimize more the price so that these products are widely available in the society. And regulation, government make it compulsory to use the renewable energy so that we can preserve the environment. So this is the policy framework. After this policy framework, we have the aspect of the business. So business strategy alignment. Business need to align its strategy with the green economy goal. Businesses should incorporate sustainability into their long-term strategies by reducing waste, adopting renewable energy, and ensuring sustainable supply chains. We have already discussed about these. Here we are discussing the role of regulators and role of businesses. So businesses need to align their long-term strategies with environment-friendly practices. And third one is the public-private partnership, collaborating with governments, NGOs, and private sector to drive large-scale green initiatives. So, beside businesses, the public also need to come forward, and there must be a joint venture with the help of with the fund of private sector as well as the public sector to introduce the green initiatives so that we can take the benefit of green technology, green energy in the economy. So these are the practical steps for businesses and policymakers. Now we move towards how industries can integrate climate-friendly solution. So industry, as you know, is one of the stakeholders because they use resources of any land, and they may confront the generation of carbon emission that may be harmful for the economy, for the environment. So how industries can integrate climate-friendly solution, because they are obviously supposed to adopt the climate-friendly solution. Now the question is how. The answer is sustainable innovation. How industries can integrate climate friendly solution? They need to invest in sustainable innovation. So sustainable innovation involves creating products, services, and processes that reduce environmental impact while fostering economic growth. There are two dimensions. The first dimension is related to the reduce environmental impact. The product services. Uh, yes, anyone want to ask the question? Mhm. Yeah. Okay. So involve two dimensions are there. Reduce environmental impact means creating products and services which are environment friendly and fostering economic growth. The industries need to improve the economic condition, economic viability. And key industries can contribute through clean energy solution. Clean energy solution means solar, wind, and hydropower. Circular economy practices, we have already discussed about circular economy practices, means waste reduction and recycling and reuse. And green manufacturing, low carbon production process, energy efficient technologies. So these are the key industries can contribute by adopting clean energy, by moving towards circular economy and green manufacturing practices. So I want to say something more about the sustainable innovation. So I want to present certain example of sustainable innovation. Uh, Sustainable innovation include renewable energy, biodegradable plastic bags, using plastic that break down more quickly and have less environmental impact. So this is an sustainable innovation. Again, we have smart grids. Here we not only generate energy from the sun, but also we use to store that energy in the batteries, in the power bank, so that we can reduce the carbon footprint. So these are the sustainable innovation, and sustainable innovation is the responsibility of the industry for protection of the environment as well as improve the environmental condition. So this was about the role of the industry. Now move toward the policy and investment strategies. For what unlocking financial pathways for green growth. How we can unlock the financial pathways for green growth. We can want to grow beside an improvement in the environment. So green investment, we need to understand what is green investment. So, green investments are essential to accelerate the transition to a green economy. Very important to accelerate the transition to a green economy. And government and businesses must work together to unlock financial pathways. And for this, there are certain financial models and financial products which I already discussed last week, considering green finance. So one of the debt financing instrument is the green bond, the fund which is generated with the help of debt financing, and the fund is known to be green because the proceed of the fund will be used for those products which are environment friendly. Means the fund need to be applied for the improvement of the environment. So that bond is known as green bond. So that instrument used by the government and businesses to finance climate related projects. Next is the subsidies and incentives. Government can provide financial incentive for renewable energy and energy efficiency. So I already discussed that government need to put funds in the green economy for what? To provide the subsidies, because the businesses which are intended to shift from traditional model to the green model, government need to provide the subsidies so that it will be hassle free, and there must be an incentive uh, increasing their profits. And government, this is the responsibility of the government to provide subsidies and incentive so that businesses are attracted towards green economy. And next is a very interesting and new thing. I think this will be a new concept for all of you. If any of you already understand this concept, that is carbon pricing, uh, so you must please let me know about this concept if you already know. Otherwise, I am going to explain what is carbon pricing. So, any of you want to explain what is carbon pricing? They can raise their hand. So, carbon pricing and emission trading system. This is very advanced environmental condition improvement program. For example, we understand that we have certain industries in the country, and we have allocated that these industries can produce certain amount of carbon. They can emit, for example, let's understand that they can emit uh, one cubic uh, 1 cubic meter carbon, or certain ton of carbon. So this is the maximum limit that a particular business can uh, emit while producing. So if a business manage to reduce the carbon emission from 1 ton to, let's suppose, 0.7 ton. So this business may have zero point 0.3 ton surplus carbon that the business can sell to other businesses. So this is basically the carbon pricing. So what is the purpose of carbon pricing? It encourages businesses to reduce the carbon footprint so that they can resell the excess amount carbon footprint available with them to the businesses which have already exhausted their limits. So this is carbon pricing. So carbon pricing, often implemented through emission trading system, that is ETS, is a market-based policy tool where a price is put on carbon emission, encouraging companies and countries to reduce their greenhouse gas output by allowing them to buy and sell permits that represent the right to emit a certain amount of carbon dioxide, effectively making pollution more expensive for high emitter while rewarding those who reduce emission below their allotted cap. So essentially creating a market where companies can trade their emission allowances to meet their overall emission targets. So this is very technical term. I hope you may understand the basic concept behind the carbon pricing. So if you understand or have any confusion, either you can ask from me or you can search the internet for detail. Now, the role of individual, how one can contribute uh, towards the transition of a traditional economy towards a green economy. So, individual contribution, first of all, we need to understand the importance of individual contribution. So, individual contributions are essentials for driving a green economy. So, by making small lifestyle changes, citizen can have a major impact on the planet's future. So, we need to change the lifestyle. We need to change the buying habit. We need to change the consumption habits. For what? So that we can have a major impact on the planet's future. We can improve the environmental condition. We can reduce our carbon footprints. So there are certain uh, points which can be considered by the individuals in order to improve the environmental condition. The first is the sustainable consumption. So sustainable consumption, it is very technical and you might ask any question pertaining to this. So sustainable consumption means choose products with lower environmental impact. Need to say we need to consume those products which have lower impact. Which, for example, if we are going to consume a product which require higher amount of energy to produce that particular product, so that product will not be an environment friendly product. So sustainable consumption means we need to consume those products which require least energy or which require at least the green energy to produce that particular product. So this is known as sustainable consumption. So we need to consider the sustainable food. Sustainable food means by choosing food that are produced with minimal environmental impact, consumer can drive demand for more sustainable production practices. This include reducing the reliance on harmful chemicals and pesticides, conserving water, and promoting biodiversity. Next, individual need to consider the support green businesses. As an individual, we need to support the green businesses. We need to put more weights on the businesses which are based on the clean energy, which are producing, which are producing their products by using minimal energy resources, or their products are not impacting adversely to the environment. So we, as an individual, need to support those businesses which are environment friendly, because patronize companies that prioritize sustainability in their operation. So for how do we know about the sustainable practices of any business? I already discussed in previous lecture that you need to do the CSR, that is corporate social responsibility of any company, and for this the company is used to display their ESG matrix, that is environmental, social, and governance matrix, which explain how much these companies involved in improving the environment. So we need to prioritize those companies which are highly involved in protecting the environment so that they can encourage in producing their products, and ultimately we can protect our planet. Next is the advocate for policy change. So join or support movements that push for climate friendly legislation. So we need to support those legislation which are good for the environment, and we need to stand against those legislation which are not environment friendly. Next is the green investments. So if we have surplus money available with us, we need to invest those funds in the green investment. Invest in green technologies and funds that support sustainability. Now, I forward about the practical example pertaining to the countries and the companies. So, I will discuss the top 5 countries investing into the green economy. So, these are the practical example. Now we are moving beyond the books. We have 5 top countries investing into the green economy. I will tell you not only the name but also their initiative, how they are involved in this particular exercise. For example, the top country is the Iceland. Iceland is one of 2 European countries which generated more electricity from renewable sources than it consumed. So this is the plus point. Why Iceland is top of the list? Because it produces more electricity from renewable sources than it consumes. For example, the ultimate demand for the Iceland is, for example, 50,000 megawatts. So it is generated more than 50,000 megawatts. So this is the it's ranked number 1 for the carbon emission and number 2 for clean innovation within the Green Future Index 2022. So Iceland economy is now run on 85% renewable energy, and they are on the path toward 100%. They targeted that they will achieve 100% renewable energy in their energy mix. The second country is the Denmark. Denmark has been proactive in its effort to invest into sustainable energy and becoming green as a result. For example, Green Lab, which is part of a broader decarbonization effort throughout Denmark. So Green Lab generates green and sustainable energy, which contribute positively to the environment. So this is the unique feature of the Denmark, which bring Denmark at number two in the countries investing in the green economy. The third one is the Netherlands. So Netherlands is recognized as a green transportation leader. So the distinguished point is the transportation leader, particularly in public transport. An example of this is passenger trains using clean power since 2017. The fourth country is the UK, that is United Kingdom is deemed as global leader in renewable generation. The UK renewable energy market is attracting both domestic and foreign investment. For example, there has been significant investment into the offshore wind manufacturing sector in 2022. The Bank of England has also put climate and environmental risk at the heart of its mandate and is a global leader on sustainable finance. The last, our number fifth country is the Norway. Norway can be described as a sustainable country. This has been achieved through various measures. These include shifting transport to post electric, establishing recycling initiative, and investing resources to keep nature as free of pollution as possible. So these are the top 5 countries which have been investing in the green economy. And you can also, I must say that you must also look at the economic growth of these countries. Since they are investing in the green economy, their economy is also growing. They are getting the true benefits of the green economy. Now move to the corporate world, and we have top 5 companies, most sustainable companies of 2024. The first company is Schneider Electric, that's based in France, and Schneider belongs to the IT, tech, and software company. And here is the score which describe the relative standing of a company. The score is 88.86. So how do they calculate the score? They have described certain parameter. We are not going to discuss those parameters since those parameters are not in the scope of today's presentation. But you must understand that this score is comprised of a matrix which describe the sustainability practices. Higher sustainability practices result in higher score, and lower sustainability practices result in lower score. So the Schneider has 88.86 score, which is the highest in the list. That's why Schneider Electric stand first in the most sustainable companies list 2024. The next is the NEC Corporation, which is the company who belongs to Japan, and it also deals in IT, tech, and software. And the third one is the Monsler, belongs to the retail, wholesale, and consumer goods, and the headquarters is in Italy, and the score is 85.66. The fourth company is the Brambles, Australia-based company that is related to the transport, logistics, and aviation. And the last company and the number fifth company is Indonesia, that is based in US, and it deals in chemicals, drugs, and biotechnology. So these are the companies, top five companies which have been investing in the sustainable practices so that they can earn green profits, or I must say that the clean profit, which the profit not impairing the environmental condition. So, in today's lecture, I must summarize today's discussion. We have discussed the Green Economy Action Plan along with the definition of the Green Economy Action Plan. Besides, I have also explained the various stakeholders, which include uh, the societies, businesses, individuals, and education institutions. So we all need to put forth efforts in transition from the traditional economy towards a green economy in order to protect the future. So this is all about today's session. I must encourage you to ask any question if you have any confusion. So over to you, Mr. Amit.
Thank you, Dr. Uh, Due to some sudden work, our guest speaker, Mia Abdul Rashid, might not be able to attend us today. Uh, he will join us on Friday, such a Thursday, our
Monday
last
session.
and Sunday. Sunday.
Okay, sir. I think this is second last session, and we need to capitalize this session and try to encourage our participant to ask any question, not only related to today's session, but also we have already discussed in the previous month, uh, already six session earlier. So any participant want to ask question or any confusion, whether belongs to the content we have discussed or we have not discussed yet. So you can also propose if you want to understand anything that you think is important from the green economy perspective. So we can try arrange a presentation or discussion pertaining to that particular topic. So I again encourage all the participants to give your feedback concerning this training program, and ask any question if you have any difficulty or confusion concerning the contents which have been explained in today's session.
Thank you, Dr. Farooq. Any participants want to say anything? Want to discuss about green economy training programs? Uh, any topic uh, he might not be understand yet, or he want to understand more? Mr. Arman, do you have to ask? Mr. Abdullah Umar? Mr. Abdullah Umar.
So I think we have two participants who have unmuted their mics, including Furkan Wasi and Suhail. Ahmed. If you want to ask, you can put your question.
All right, sir. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. First of all, my compliments to the presenter for very incisive presentation on this Green Economy Action Plan. So I just wanted to ask one of the question that he has very elaborately explained that once we want to adopt the green economy, there are four pillars, that is policy, technology, finance, and societal engagement. So I just want to ask that in all these four pillars, where does Pakistan stands and in terms of policy, in terms of technology, finance, and societal engagement? One. Secondly, as far as these sessions are concerned, I think they are very good in enhancing the awareness about sustainability and green economy, green I mean the capital also. So I must compliment this forum for organizing such an events. Sir, thank you.
Dr. Farooq.
Thank you very much. We have very fortunate that one of the participants not only listened carefully but also ask very relevant question, because most of the participant belongs to Pakistan and we need to understand how we are responding to a call by the United Nations concerning the uh, environmental condition. So precisely speaking, we need to be very much subjective. So in order to be subjective, you need to go through the United Nations website, because uh, we have certain goals. We have already discussed the Sustainable Development Goals. I also tell you from the business perspective, societal perspective, and individual perspective. But we must understand what are the various targets of the United Nations. And then we compare those targets with our routine and look around in our society and in the companies and the government level, uh, how much we are serious in improving the environment. So that will be a very, very, very objective answer. So far as the Pakistan conditions are concerned, we have various stakeholders in Pakistan. I will say from the civil society, from the general public, how much we are aware about the environmental condition. We can compare our purchasing behavior. We are comparing the products. So we need to understand the products which we are using are not, most of the products are not user environment friendly. Like we are using the plastic bags. So these plastic bags are not compatible with the sustainable development goals established by the United Nations. Beside, now come to the intention of the government, how much government is putting its effort in improving the environmental condition. So I'm not criticize any political party. I must compare the methods we are using and what needs to be done. So you can yourself calculate the difference, how much we are far away from our target. So, as you know that, as far as the energy generation is concerned, we as a nation, our energy mix comprise of majority sources which are not environment friendly. We are using fossil fuel to generate the electricity. We are putting natural gas. We are putting LNG, which is again a gas, to generate the energy. So all these mechanisms to generate the energy are not renewable energy. That is clear. These are not the renewable energy. These are the energy which pollute the environment. So government need to improve or put funds in innovative projects to generate renewable energy like solar and the hydropower. But we are confronting certain limitations. As you already know, we have certain contracts with the IPPs. We cannot towards the clean energy. We cannot increase the renewable energy in the energy mix because of the bindings with the IPPs, uh, have agreements with take or pay because we are already getting funds from the international institutions. So this is the role of the government. So government need to improve the environmental condition by uh, designing and improving the energy generation so that our environment can be protected. So society is not much aware. Much work need to be done to create the awareness in the society so that we need to adopt those practices which are environment friendly. From the part of the government is caught by certain legal agreements. So government cannot transit from traditional methods of energy generation to the contemporary methods or new method, renewable energy method to protect the environment. Now come to the businesses. So in Pakistan, most of the businesses are not considering the CSR, that is corporate social responsibility, as well as you can look at the annual report of most of the companies. I'm talking about the listed companies whose annual reports are available on their website and the Pakistan Stock Exchange. So their uh, ESG practices are not up to mark, and most of the companies are not reporting their ESG practices because there is a lack of regulations. The regulation are, I must say, the corporate regulations are not strict in Pakistan. So companies are taking benefits of not complying those practices which are environment friendly, and ultimately our environment is being polluted by the malpractices of the corporations. So overall, I can say that we are not achieve not achieve the 25% of the goal. So if we continue to evolve and such trainings create awareness in the general public, and such other organizations are also working for the betterment of the economy. So if we continue this pace, so in the future, like 5 to 10 years, there may be some improvement from the government sector, from the corporate sector, and from the society. Hope to answer the question.
Thank you, Dr. Farooq. Yes, Mr. Sahel, do you have want to say any comment?
No, sir, I must say that thank you very much for the elaborate reply. I must appreciate. I was just thinking that we are just focusing mostly on energy sector, but there are other sectors also which can contribute, like waste management is another aspect which is being neglected, and also the agriculture and forestry, which is also, and also the livestock, which is contributing towards greenhouse gas emissions. So we are not focusing much on that. And the list of the top five companies which Dr. Saab has shared, in that I was seeing that first two was IT and software. So for them, it's very easy to adopt those practices, these green practices. But the number third and number fourth, like transportation and the one which is, I mean, manufacturing companies, for them it is very difficult to adopt the sustainable practices. So I was just looking at that and just wanted to make a comment that we have to see complete ecosystem and all the aspects, just not focusing only on the energy sector, sir. But thank you very much for the comprehensive reply, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dr. Farooq, do you want to say?
No, sir. No, sir. Again, Mr. Sohail has made a good comment. But you can also look at the Tesla, which is again not from the tech company. They have moved towards the electric vehicles. This industry is evolving. But I myself not calculated the index or the score. There may be certain, these are the basically third party indices which sort the organization. But your observation is correct. For a tech company, it is easier to be environment compliant And for the manufacturing, it is more difficult to be environment friendly because their processes involve production and utilization of energy as well as some machinery is there which used to produce the product. So they need to comply more standard as compared to the tech company. So anyone else wants to ask any question?
Thank you, Dr. Farooq. And I just asked to Mr. Arman from Cameroon. Mr. Arman, do you listening us? And Mr. Abdullah Umar from Nigeria. Mr. Abdullah Kasam Umar, can you listening us? Okay, Mr. Furqan Wasi, please make some comments over the presentation, and if you have any question, please ask.
Sir, mashallah, the presentation was very good. It was excellently presented by Dr. Farrukh Naveed, and we came to know about the practical aspects of this green economy training, and a lot of avenues are open to think and to act, and that is what I have learned from today's presentation. Once again, thank you very much, Skill Up Online, Dr. Farrukh Naveed, all the presenters. It is exceptionally very good program and a very good training session for
Thank
all
you.
of us.
Thank you, Mr. Furqan. Thank you. Mr. Abdullah Qasim, do you want to say anything? Yes, Mr. Abdullah.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So it seems as if you have been calling me, but it was due time for prayer, so I went out to pray. So I'm just coming back. I just went out for my Asr prayers. So I'm just coming back.
Okay.
Yes, so sorry for the inconveniences. So what was the question that you were asking?
I just want to say you that if you have any comment over the presentation, green economy,
Okay.
today's presentation or overall the training program, green economy training program.
Yes.
We
I
want
won't have much to say. It is just as usual. I think Dr. Farooq has been doing a marvelous job over the time. His presentation has been nothing short of perfection. So I'm just full of appreciation.
okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Anything else?
No, I don't think for now I have anything to say.
Okay. Mr. Abdullah, thank you very much. And Mr. Orban, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm very happy for the presentation. I have first of all to congratulate Dr. Fukmla for the presentation. It was very amazing, and I learned a lot about the green economy, because for me, I was thinking that government can't be involved about green economy. I was thinking only that is about businesses, consumer, society. But I discovered that we have also to involve government to support support that, because it's a responsibility for everyone. And it's also our duty to call them to take that responsibility, especially this period, because without that we are we can lose the world. And for me, I'm very impressed, because every day I'm learning. Every day my head is learning something new. And for me, I'm happy because I'm seeing myself on the corridor of people who tomorrow will contribute on the achievement of sustainable development goal. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Arman. Thank you, Mr. Muhammad Kamran, with us. Mr. Kamran, can you listen us?
Yes, sir, I can listen to you.
Okay, please, we want to listen from you.
Well, sir, I just joined now and I got late. I was committed somewhere, but I was very interested in this green economy presentation of today of yours. But somehow or the other, since I have not attended from the beginning, so I can't comment on it at the moment. But definitely, I will see the recording, and in the next session, I will definitely give my viewpoint on it.
Thank you, Mr. Kamran. Thank you very much. And any other participant, Mr. Atikur Rahman, Mr. Arshad, and Shah Faisal. Do you want to say anything, any comment over the session, over the training program?
Well, thank you so much for all of you guys to organize such kind of event, or such kind of session here, and you invite us for sharing or enhancing our skills about the green green economy, specifically on this topic. Thank you so much for all of you guys, specifically Dr. Naveed Saab. Thank you, sir, and Skill of Online training program. We are really enjoy this session, but I've also joined this session a little bit late because I'm facing a little bit problem of internet. So, but I learned something more from this sessions, like a green economy, and specifically agriculture side, specifically SDGs, and comparing all these indicators with each other. So a little bit I have learned. I'm very thankful to all of you guys for making and organizing this session. Hopefully in next two sessions, we will share more about this program. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shofesal. We have lost our last session of this training program on Sunday at 8 p.m. We wrap up all the our module, and we hope all the participants will join us on Sunday. And if you if you want to listen and watch the previous sessions, the all recordings are available on Skill Up Online YouTube channel. We share the link, and also we share the presentations on WhatsApp group. So thank you very much. If anyone have any question, any comment, yet want to say, please.
Sorry for interrupting. Sorry for interrupting, sir. I haven't WhatsApp a link, or I mean WhatsApp group. Is it possible I can share my phone number here, or how can I join your?
Yes, you can share. We will add you in our WhatsApp group.
Right, sir. I just want to add one thing.
Yeah. Yes, Mr. Sohail.
As already the respectable Dr. Farooq Saab has mentioned, that for the having the sustainable practices and green policy action plans, we need the green investments. And the slides which he has shown, in that he has mentioned that we need to have green bonds, and we should have subsidies and incentives to be given by the government. And the third is the carbon pricing and the emission trading system. So I think why I always refer to Pakistan, because we have to look towards Pakistan. In case of Pakistan, green bonds is very difficult nowadays because of IMF. And again, the subsidies and incentives may not be practicable. But carbon trading or carbon pricing and ETS system is very much workable. If we can have a separate lecture on that, and if that has been earlier given, I missed that. I am not sure, but that would be very interesting. That we need to educate our firms and our departments how they can benefit from this voluntary and mandatory carbon trading markets, and how they can sell their carbon credits. So I just want to know that have you ever had this lecture earlier? And if not, can you arrange in future? Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sohail. You have put very interesting and workable suggestion. First of all, we have not yet gone through this ETS and carbon trading before. This terminology and little bit discussion was a part of today's session. So we uh, we can work together, and I can discuss with Mr. Amir about the carbon trading and ETS, and we'll let you know about any session, because I also think that this is very workable, and this can change the dynamics and the carbon footprints of our economy, because uh, as you have already mentioned that we are confronting certain limitations going to the international financial institutions and our certain bottlenecks which are not letting us to go further. But this ETS and carbon trading is feasible. So I will discuss with Mr. Amber and will let you know about any session is possible in the future. Thanks for your suggestion.
Thank you. Thank you. We definitely will plan about this. Thank you very much. And Mr. Comran, do you want to say anything?
Yes, sir. I think it was a very pertinent question by Mr. Sohail regarding the carbon markets, and it is the need of the hour to learn about it, because very soon the implementation of Paris Agreement by 2030, and then recently by SCCP, the making of the frameworks and compliances by the large industries, and by 2027 by small industries. It is very necessary that we should know about these carbon markets regulatory framework, as to how it is going to be capped and how it is going to be understood, and how it can be traded with the products. So I will be thankful if the proper training session is conducted on this. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Comran. Thank you very much, all the participants with us tonight in this training session, and we hope all the participants will join us on Sunday at 8 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. It will be our last session, and we conclude all our modules and training programs, and will give all the suggestions from participants, and definitely we will plan to arrange other more training sessions like that. Thank you very much, all the participants. Dr. Farrukh?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I again thankful to all the participants who listened carefully, and thanks for the suggestion for those participants who have put their efforts. And we will be in touch with you, inshallah, in the near future. And there will be the opportunity for collaboration since we all concerned, very much concerned for the environment. And we have participants outside Pakistan also. So this forum is very helpful in creating collaboration because collaboration is the key to success. So I again thankful to all the participants. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you all the participants.